Hey everyone, this is Jackie Cooper with the Maryland Blockchain Association and the Blockchain Legal Institute. And I'm really excited today to have Michael here because we are actually going to be talking about what he's doing, and we're also going to be letting everyone know that you can come to the Capital Technology University in Laurel, Maryland, and actually meet Michael and also find out more about the great work that he's doing. How are you doing today, Michael?
Good, good. How are you, Jackie?
I'm good. So right now, where are you based?
I'm based in South Louisiana, down in Houma, Louisiana. It's about 45 minutes southwest of New Orleans.
And what's very cool about our conversation before is you were explaining to me all the various conferences that you're about to go to showcase the project that we're actually going to be learning more about at our conference. Where are you going? Share with everyone who's listening.
Sure, yeah. So I've been able to participate in a few key conferences from the Boston Blockchain Week to the North American Blockchain Summit, as well as Government Blockchain Association, GBA in DC, the Digital Chamber at their event as well. And then also I was invited to New York for Hacken's event, was able to network and discuss more about what we're doing with StatePay. And it's really good to see the momentum and the progress that's being made, and also just the policies of openness, seeing the digital transition that's taking place right now.
I agree. I agree. And I'm really excited that you're going to be coming back up to the DC area and being one of our featured speakers. Why don't you share with everyone a little bit about your story and how you kind of got started in this space?
Sure. I guess after COVID, everybody went through a transition or personal and professional reflection, if you will, revisit of where to take things. And for me in particular, I really dove deep into technology, took a data science course. The tail end of the data science course led to AI. It was right when OpenAI came out, ChatGPT. And with that, I've always been fascinated about the dollar. I've just been fascinated about finance. And so anyways, that led to the fintech space, which introduced me to blockchain. And the more I got to learn about the blockchain, I'm like, this is really a fascinating technology with the right utilities, that it's able to keep that trust and the immutability, especially around government applications. And so it was December of 2024. My father is a current state senator for Louisiana, and he's been on the finance committee. Well, there was a prominent local film production company that had some questions around the reduction of some tax credits or tax incentives around the film industry. And so I sat there listening from a state lawmaker standpoint and an industry leader standpoint, and both of them from the state standpoint, they want results, they want reports, they want the auditability, so forth and so on of the funds. From the industry standpoint, they need incentives. They want incentives to be able to grow their business and expand. So this gentleman had 5 different films they were planning to be able to plan out for the coming years, but he was trying to make a decision. Do I stay in this state or do I go to other states that have different incentives? So I took my notes as a fly on the wall, and then I did this reverse engineering, if you will, based off of what I've been learning about the various technologies and what I've also learned about traditional finance is how can we make this make sense? And so it took me about 30, 45 days. I reverse engineered it and came up with the base model of what is StatePay. And it is able to tokenize these state funds and able to give the transparency needed, but also the geofencing to help reduce the economic leakage. So the sponsoring states able to benefit by regenerating this economic engine. And so with that now, we're up to about 19 different layers of patents in this space from the government, the citizen space with financial transactions here. And it's just really interesting to see. And as I started along that journey, another organization I was able to participate in their annual summit is called the Pelican Institute. And they're a branch of the State Policy Network, which I believe they have a representation in every state. So from the technology side to the policy side, things started to connect. So all the pain points they were discussing comes back to the technology. It comes back to the utility of technology, not just the use case, but the actual utility of day to day. And so with all that led to just networking, outreaching to folks, a lot of cold calls, people like, who are you? Where did you come from? And I was like, down the bayou. But but that is, it was so interesting that everybody had an openness of like, what do you mean? And so I end up building out a simulation, and now we're working on building out the MVP. And I've been able to meet some really awesome people in the space, other folks that have, great applications in different processes and programs. And I just think it's really exciting of where things are heading. And so with all that led to all these other events with the, North American Blockchain Association with Wade Preston. He's been awesome, introducing me to like Stand with Crypto. Just a bunch of different folks, Ian out there with the Boston Blockchain Week, just so many great folks doing great things. And then it just led to meeting Anastasia with the state network of the Digital Chamber. So just a bunch of great folks. And then Gerard as well with Government Blockchain Association. He welcomed me into their recent event, and just everybody's trying to find the right tools and resources to come together. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it in whatever role that I can play, and just see folks come together. And the biggest thing is getting the technology to come with these policymakers, these leaders. And the big challenge is the turnover. If some of these folks get turned out, how can we really set in the place with these adoptions? And I think what you're doing, Jackie, is really a leadership role in the space that, other states would start adopting with this awareness campaign, with the event you're putting on. And it's just a lot of good things out there. And I do have to give credit out to Louisiana Lafayette, UL. They really, welcome me, and we're going to be hosting an event there to do awareness and education. And also LA.io with Louisiana Innovation, Josh Flegg. He's really leading the way for Louisiana and emerging technology.
So what I love about this is the Blockchain Bootcamp and Workforce Expo definitely, is a blend for high school, college, politicians, entrepreneurs, government. What you're speaking about is a solution so that way states can really learn how to fund their budget and in a different way. And I know that that's the title that's, of your workshop. So let's talk about who needs to come to listen to what you, to it's not just hearing what you're saying, you're actually going to show things. And that's the actual purpose of the workshop, is to show the tech behind the curtain. So that way there's an understanding. So I know that county execs, government officials, information people, who should be there?
It's really economic development leaders.
Yeah.
It could be community leaders, either county, state leaders, anything to do with, I did attend the Southern Legislative Conference hosted by Council of State Government South. And this was last year in Birmingham, Alabama. And I kept hearing these elected officials keep talking about new revenue. And I'm like, the only way you can really do new revenue, in my eyes, is either raising taxes on your constituents, either at the state level or the national level to get federal support, or unless if you had natural resources, to get a cash flow of sort, which is, not always the case in certain states. So part of it is the fact of this new revenue based off of our technology and framework is that it could take the same money, and with that same money, it can compound within a geo-fenced outline, either it be within the county or state lines. And it helps reduce that economic leakage of that sponsoring municipality or that sponsoring jurisdiction or that sponsoring state. And it must transact so many times within state lines. And so it's able to create a digital twin or digital proxy of the deposits at a sponsoring bank. And then it's able to work accordingly within those state lines. And so I like to refer to it as the EBT of economic development. And EBT is electronic benefit transfer. And so based off of taking traditional finance and, the way even Starbucks has built out an ecosystem, stablecoins are ecosystems. This allows states to take those incentives, investments, and now build out their own ecosystems. And so this is for chief information officers, chief technology officers, economic development leaders, mayors, governors, state lawmakers wanting to improve the budget, state auditors, state treasurers, State Department of Revenues. This allows to be able to take the same money and make it work a little bit harder and smarter by utilizing StatePay's framework.
No, I love it. So we are going to save the best for last, which means that they're going to have to come and see you to learn more about you, even though there will be an ebook and you'll be able to have access to all of Michael's links. We want you to come to the conference and we want you to reach out. If you cannot come to the conference, reach out. We'll get you connected with Michael for sure. But definitely come so that way you can ask the questions. You can actually understand more of the tech and then how you within the state, county, any sort of jurisdiction that is dealing with public dollars, how you can actually kind of reuse, recycle, repurpose in a creative way using the blockchain technology. So, Michael, any last words before we sign off?
No, I just, thank you, Jackie, for what you're doing. I think it gives the opportunity to have the seekers and providers come together. So the folks seeking to find solutions and the providers of the various emerging tech that's out there, or even if it's just from education to better learn about the technology. So thank you, Jackie, for what you're doing. And I look forward to seeing everyone out there. And may all the momentum and progress continue, and that we able to make this a very successful event, and may it be even larger next year. So definitely a ×3 campaign. So whoever comes, they need to bring 3 people next year. So
well, you can do that this year too. You can bring
we can do that too.
For sure. Awesome. And one last thing before I sign off for everyone, if whoever's listening, if you have not already heard this week, because again, I'm not quite sure when people are going to listen to this, but this week on Tuesday, actually, Governor Moore in Maryland signed officially into law the fact that Maryland now has a digital asset blockchain task force. And so we are going to be supporting our government, both at the state level as well as at the local level, to understand more about the tech. And I'm super excited about everyone who's coming together to kind of showcase our community. So Michael, thank you so much for traveling all the way. I know that your StatePay is going to be in all 50 states. And, it always has to start with one. So let's see where we can make it happen. So, all right, I will sign off, everyone. Definitely come July 13th through the 17th. You have to register. You cannot just show up at the door. But go to get tickets at the Maryland Blockchain Association. And if you are a student, if you are in college or high school, the tickets are free. So definitely come learn about new careers and technology. It's a workforce expo, and it's a really exciting time. So thank you, Michael, and everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jackie.